What's up, everyone? I wanted to share a story with you about an awesome encounter I had about 3 nights ago. It was a night very similar to this, right around sunset, standing up here on my property right now in Big Sur, and I was having dinner somewhere close to here, and I looked across the dinner table, and there was a dude I thought I recognized just sitting quietly alone reading a book, and I whispered to the person next to me, "Is that Tim Ferriss?" And she was like, "Yeah, like you should go talk to him. I was just talking with him. She had just given him some body work, and she was like, he's a super nice guy. You should go talk to him." So I was kind of nervous at first. I was debating with myself a little bit, like, oh, should I do it? Am I going to be intruding on his private reading time? And I just got the intuitive message, like, you gotta do this. So I nervously walked up to him and I was like, "Excuse me, Tim?" He's like, he just looks up at me. He's like, "Yeah, who are you?" I was like, "My name's Nico. I got the intuition to come introduce myself, and I would really appreciate if I could just have a minute of your time. Is it okay if I sit down at your table here for a second?" He kind of looked a little unsure at first, but then he gave in and he said, "Yeah, like that's fine. Take a seat." And so at first I didn't know what to ask him. And then after talking with him for a little bit, I could tell, I'm pretty good at building a rapport with people, making good first impressions. So I could tell the longer I was sitting with him, the more comfortable he was getting. And so I was like, "Tim, like, I really want to use this opportunity to just draw out a little bit of your wisdom, because I know that you're a person who, in many ways, I would love to embody. And I just want to ask you how I can be more focused on my goals and be less distracted by social media. Because I've been spending an ungodly amount of time being distracted by Instagram, by YouTube, by all of these different platforms that are ultimately just distracting me from taking actions that represent my calling, such as making videos like this." And he said, "Well, the first thing is you're not going to be able to just do it through discipline. If you want to stop letting social media control your life, you have to actually delete the apps from your phone, because there are these companies that are spending billions and billions of dollars making sure that you stay addicted to their platform." So I was like, okay, like Gary Vee says, like that's just a tactic, because ultimately you have to use social media to create the career of your dreams. It's where the attention is, and so you have to take advantage of that attention and leverage it in the direction that allows you to fulfill your dream while also providing value to other people. And he's like, you know, I somewhat disagree, because there are people that I'm good friends with, this is him speaking now, such as Rick Rubin, who have no active social media at all, and they're wildly successful. Rick Rubin is one of the most legendary music producers in history. He produced 21 for Adele, he's produced country albums, he's produced Jay-Z's Magna Carta, Kanye's Yeezus, all these kind of epic records. And so he's like, yeah, the real key beyond social media is being able to focus for extended periods of time on the things that represent your strengths. And so it's like, okay, like, how do I do that? And he recommended I get this book called The 80-20 Principle by Robert Koch, which I have recently, over the last 3 or 4 days, been listening to on audiobook, and I'm almost done with it. And the book talks a lot about this phenomenon called the 80-20 principle, which is basically all about how 80% of the fruits and successes in our life come from the 20% time that we put into the things that really matter. And this applies throughout life in all different kinds of ways that I won't go into right now. But he has epic points, Robert does, on using the 80-20 principle to secure your finances in the future, to have healthy relationships, to build a the best business that you can. So this video is mostly a story time about meeting Tim and the main key points I got from it, so I don't want to go too far into the 80-20 principle, but you can leave a comment if you'd be interested in me doing a more in-depth review on the keys that I got from the 80-20 principle, because I think they can serve a lot of people. So one key that I will talk about, like I said, is in the 80-20 principle it talks about don't sign up for the wrong competitions. Like, if you feel weak at something, don't try to get into the game and beat the people that are already strong. Instead, have an unconventional or unique idea that aligns with something that you're truly passionate about, and take action on that and execute on that. And two questions that he says, the author says that you can ask yourself before doing any activity is, one, is it unconventional? And two, is it going to multiply the effectiveness of my time and energy and take me in the direction of my true intention? So one, this requires having an idea of what we want to do that is potentially a little bit outside the box, or at least doing a more generic kind of thing in a more unconventional way. And then being willing to be discerning about whether or not we're spending the other 80% of our time doing things that don't really serve us. And so one of the things that I've realized that has been really serving me, spiritually speaking, emotionally, and in terms of providing value to others, is making videos like this. And I've been resisting it for so long, you've probably noticed, because I haven't posted a video in like 7 months or so. And yeah, I wanna just, for once, can't even talk, once and for all, just kind of put my resistance to the side and let the natural flow of my intuition guide my actions. And so I consider doing something like this, like vlogging on the coast of California, is a bit unconventional. You know, the average person isn't walking around the mountains with a gimbal filming vlogs about their experiences about philosophy and whatnot. So I think I got that box ticked, and I can tell that all of you awesome people, with your comments and continuing to subscribe and like these videos, I can tell that you guys are getting a fair amount from these videos as well. So I really appreciate the feedback, and I can tell that this is multiplying my effectiveness, both for my own personal mission and also for the greater global well-being. So yeah, I really appreciate all of you, like I said, that are just leaving me positive feedback, or negative if it's constructive, and subscribing and liking and encouraging me to create more, because it's, you guys are the reason that I'm up here making this video. You know, I could be doing something much easier, like watching a YouTube video. No offense to you watching this video, it's cool that you're watching, because it's a substantive video, I like to think, but also being aware of when watching even substantive videos is getting too much, and when it's actually time to take action and create and move towards the things that we want to do. I think that's really important. So yeah, that's my little vlog about meeting Tim Ferriss. He said, read the 80-20 principle, learn how to focus for long periods of time on the things that you're passionate about, that are in alignment with your strengths, and that's the most important ingredient, or a couple of ingredients, to success. So thank you, Tim, if you ever watch this. Thank you for taking the time. I could tell that towards the end we had a really good rapport going on, even though you were a little uneasy in the beginning, which is understandable. I'm sure you get approached all the time, and I just really want to thank you for taking the time to talk to a stranger and turn a stranger into a friend. So thank you. Please, if you enjoy this video, comment down below, show me some love. I'll comment back. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take one more look at this golden ocean.